Hey everybody, thank you so much for joining us on Facebook Live earlier at 1 o'clock. Jacqueline Court was with us. She is absolutely amazing, and she's going to join us now for a little after party. So we're very, very excited. Here we go. I think she'll see us momentarily. I may have to text her. It's COVID, you know? I'm figuring out all this stuff that I didn't know before. So hopefully you're empowering yourself with some new things. I mean, there's so much time that we have now to learn new things. So take advantage. Don't get sucked into the COVID blues. Take advantage of this time and do some things that you normally would never have the time for. Things that maybe you really wanted to do but never got around to. So we're just waiting for Jacqueline. We were talking about perimenopause and menopause, and so that's a hot topic in this age bracket that we're in right now. And I'm feeling the heat right now. Anyways, I hope you guys are having a lovely day. It looks, I'm just sitting in my studio right now. It looks a little bit cloudy, but hopefully the sun will be out for the weekend and we can all enjoy a nice weekend. Here she is. I see Jacqueline now. So she has requested to join. Here we go. Here comes Jacqueline. Hi, Val.
Hi.
I see Val. Jacqueline, how are you? You know what?
We'll see.
I know it's been a while, and I was just telling people how we were talking about menopause and perimenopause, and all of a sudden I started getting hot.
Yeah, you need to have like ice cubes to put on your wrists and the back of your neck at all times.
Yes, exactly. I know. I don't know if I shared this with you, but last summer, well, it was like September, my AC at my studio busted.
Ooh.
And so with COVID, I'm like, I can take the heat. I'm good. So I work here with no AC, but it's actually fine. Wayne's rigged me up with like 2 fans, and it's been good because I don't know if, like with allergies, sometimes the AC, it irritates it more. So I actually feel better, like my sinuses and everything. Like I feel like it's 1970s, but when we didn't have AC. But
yes.
Yeah, the hot flash combo is not so hot.
It reminds me of a movie in the 70s called Heat Wave, and I was really young when I saw it, and I was really scared that we would all die from a heat wave. And like in the movie, the mom apparently dies, and all they show, because of the great 70s effects, a house coat on a bed with like a white circle of dusting powder where her hands, head, and feet were, like she was supposed to have disintegrated. It was so bad.
Oh my God.
I think about that every time I hear we're having heat wave. Oh no.
That's so funny. And it came out in the 70s, Heat Wave.
Yeah, you got to check it out. It's such a bad
Oh, I got to check it out. Who was do you know who the star was in the show, in the movie?
It was a lady.
No.
I don't know.
Oh, that's funny.
Guy.
God. Do you remember there was a movie, oh, my mom might have to tell us what it was called. It was actually a comedy, but it was like, to me as a kid, it was like a horror movie. And, oh my God, what the heck was it called now? Goldie Hawn was in it. Chevy Chase was in it. Oh, geez. Mom, if you remember the name, type it in here. We'll see if my mom... Yeah, it'll come to me. It'll come to me. But I know when you're a kid, the way Foul Play, that was it. Foul Play, it was called.
Oh, I never saw it. Never saw it. Okay.
It was good. And the bad guy in it, he was albino, so he had white hair and he had no pigment in his. And I mean, my brother and I had probably never seen anyone that looked like that before, and we were just like, it was so crazy.
I can see why.
My parents are laughing their heads off, and we were like afraid to go to bed at night.
Oh,
anyway.
Valerie just told you it was Foul Play too. So
so Val knows
their movie trivia.
Yeah, Valerie, I'm curious to know if that movie scared you too, because Valerie's about my brother's age, so a little bit younger.
That's so funny. A Goldie Hawn movie scaring anybody, or Chevy Chase, actually.
I know. So funny. So, during COVID, Jack, have you been regressing back to your childhood much, or have you been
Um,
indulging in the 70s stuff?
yeah, like sometimes I laugh about some of the stuff. Like if you go Netflix binging, you'll see the third Charlie's Angels movie. Like
Oh yeah?
there's a third one. Did you know that?
Did I
Like the
know that? I must have it. With
I,
the ones with like Cameron
not
Diaz and
no, there's one
oh,
after
the
that.
old.
Yeah, there's another one now. I don't know who's in it. I don't
Oh,
recognize anybody in it, but I'm like, hey, you know what? Everybody laughs at the 70s. Well, go make your own new movies. Stop picking on the Charlie's Angels franchise.
that's right.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I know.
Oh,
That was
I
the
love
best
all
thing to
that.
come out of the 70s, though, right?
What was the best
Charlie,
Charlie?
Charlie's Angels, Love Boat, Fantasy Island,
Yeah, Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman. Yeah, there's a
Yeah,
lot of Quincy M.E.
yeah.
Hawaii
Oh,
Five O. Yeah. Yeah, but I
yeah.
would
Love.
say I'm not going back too much to my childhood as much as I am just going back to my books and like trying to do non-screen related things these days.
Yeah, good
Trying
for
to
you.
enjoy it while I can.
Yeah, that's so great. I've noticed like as I get older, and I'm interested to I have to write down that app you were talking about
Breathe.
that Maddie uses. What's it called again? The one to help you focus?
Oh, I use Breathe, but I put binaural music on for her. You can Google, you can just
Oh,
look it up on YouTube and probably get. I'm gonna try and write it here. I'm not gonna spell it right, but binaural.
I
Um,
know. Okay.
Even if you type in some version of that, you'll get binaural. And then if you look at the benefits of it, it tells you, it helps you to focus. Like it connects right brain, left brain, or something like that. But it is
Oh,
very soothing, calming music. And after about 2 minutes, you don't even notice that it's playing.
oh,
Yeah,
that's
it's good.
great.
Yeah.
Because I've noticed my like I mean I've never been a big reader, but I used to be way better at just losing myself in a book. And
Yeah.
now I find the audible stuff is what I can really like
Yeah.
I that will sink in, but I want to read a book like and
I
I
would
don't know.
suggest grabbing a good book. And also, do you know that book, Untamed by Glennon Doyle?
Yes.
Be the goddamn cheetah. That
Uh-huh.
I'm about 4 chapters into it. That is an amazing book. It just makes you
Is-
like want to get up and take control and like push all the crap aside and be the cheetah.
Oh my God, I
It's
totally
really
want to be
good
the
reading.
cheetah.
Yeah, you do want to be the cheetah, but it's a
Hey,
really good read. She's very like fast paced.
who,
Yeah,
who would have thought that two Leos would want to be the cheetah?
cheetah. I don't know. I'm actually
Are
surprised we didn't write this book. This
I
is
know, aren't we
it's
better than the
annoying.
cheetah?
Well, the cheetah will be the like lower version. We'll write another book about be the Leo, and then Glennon will be asking for our autographs.
That's
Yeah,
right.
but it
Oh,
is a really good read. Like it does make you feel very like yeah, that makes it's kind of like how you feel when you read Brené Brown. It's not
yeah,
earth-shattering science. It's just common sense and just a new perspective, right? Or
yeah.
feeling like the need to think differently, especially right now.
Yes. Isn't it great how a new
Yeah.
perspective can just change everything? Like
Yeah. Yeah. Have you found
sometimes we can be so low and yeah.
have you found any benefits of COVID for your business?
Well, yes, I have.
What?
So you know
I
what's interesting? As you know, Jack, like one of the parts of my business that I love is helping people to do fundraisers. So they'll come to me and say, "Hey, I need so many, bracelets I want to sell, and I want to raise money for this cause and this cause." So it's really interesting with COVID. COVID has kind of like been this like back. Are you, Jack? Are
just
you
froze
there? Okay,
again.
sorry. I think yeah, we froze again. I should have gone
Yeah.
like that. Okay, so I was just saying, like, since COVID, there's been this whole thing, like, like no other illnesses exist. Like everything is about COVID, and that's where all the
Yeah.
focus is. When in reality, breast cancer is not going away. Heart and stroke is not. There's all these organizations who still need help. So I've been partnering with different organizations and doing these fundraising pieces. And it's really great because the marketing piece is becoming
Yeah.
more and more prominent and important, and they really need to share a strong story, and they need to tell people, what it is they're doing and what their history has been, and really put themselves in the forefront. And it's not just another campaign. It's like, here is
Yeah.
why we need help from community. Here's what it does. And yeah, so that part's been good. Like that part of my business is growing, which I'm really happy about because
Yeah. That's
I love
awesome
it. Yeah.
because I have to say, like, the one thing about you, Moni, is that, and I hope you don't mind, but Susie and I were talking about this. Susie Oden from
You guys
Fat
were
Chicks.
talking about me, but
We
when I wasn't there,
totally trashing you.
oh
So
God.
Susie, our good friend who runs Fat Chicks, PHAT, which honestly, like Fat Chicks, I said to Susie, the reason that I love Fat Chicks more than anything I've done is her community. She's built a really great community of women who push each other forward, and they become like a family, right? And anyone who joins feels instantly welcome. Like community, I think we're realizing is super important.
Yeah.
Like, having women who really do support each other and want to propel each other forward, and know that by propelling someone else forward doesn't push us back, it pushes us
Hmm.
forward as well. um, but Susie and I were talking about the fact that one of your greatest strengths is when you talk to people about your own experiences, and you're just very inspirational and powerful. And like when we launched Solo Mag Drinks at Six, when you got up and spoke to the women in that room, there's like 120 women. Um, you were talking about leaving Canada Post. You had left what, a year before that, and you had
Yeah.
started Glam Jewels, and you were just like head over heels with glam. And it came through, and you talked about the courage it took and the fears that you had about leaving like a pension and all the stability and security of this job to go and pursue something that was a big question mark. You had no idea which way that was going to go, and you still did it. And after you got up and spoke, like, so many women came up to me after, and they were like, oh my God, I'm going to start my own business. I've wanted to, like, and it
Oh.
wasn't just like, I want to start a business because I want to start a business. I think one woman had an idea for a shoe business for a long time. And then when she heard you speak, she emailed me, and she actually did pursue it. I didn't know her very well, so I don't know whatever happened
Oh.
with it. But you inspired women to get off their butts and feel the fear and do it anyways. And there's something very powerful about the way you speak to people, because you're convincing. Like, I listen to you, I'm like, yeah, I can do that. Okay, well, yeah, Monica said so.
Aw,
Yeah. So I just think, like,
thanks, Jack.
your public speaking is always so like I said, impactful, that it makes sense in your business that your community building would be a great strength for you.
Oh,
Like, as
thank
a,
you.
yeah. So, like, let's see more of that from you.
Okay, I'm up for the challenge. First,
Yeah.
I gotta be the cheetah. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
be the
love
cheetah.
that was such a special night when you launched Solo Mag and we had all those women there. And it's so funny. I think that was my very first like real public speaking gig. Like I'd done small little things with smaller groups, but what I loved about that night was I really felt the flow and the energy in the room. And I remember I had written 2 or 3 pages on what I was going to talk about that night. And I was like, how
Okay.
am I going to remember this? And this is going to be in the right order. And what if I lose the order? And da 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 da. And I remember getting up and looking at all these women and putting the paper aside and not looking at it once.
Yeah, because it's all up here. It came from here anyway, right? You weren't reading
Yeah.
facts and stats. You were speaking from the heart. And that
Yeah.
it was crazy because like I was going through every section of the website, the travel section, the relationship section, the business, and I don't know if you remember, but right before I was supposed to get up and speak, the mic broke
I do remember
and
that.
the speakers stopped working. And I thought, oh my God, I did not prepare for, I don't have a plan B. And like you, I had like 20 pages to go through and I
Yeah.
threw them aside and I'm like, screw it. I got nothing. So, but it worked out
Yeah.
better because I think if you read it off the paper, it would have been really boring to hear it, even though it's
Hmm.
your thoughts. When you speak from the heart, like you can tell when someone's passionate about something. You don't need an outline or a script. You just know it, right? And I think
Yeah.
we were both forced into a confidence building moment that I'm sure neither of us would have chosen at that time, but it worked out so well,
It worked
you
out
know?
so well, and it was such a good lesson because I think it taught both of us that when you just let things flow, that usually, like maybe some of the things we both had written down weren't said that night, but perhaps they weren't important for that night. Like, I
Yeah.
think that when you kind of can just let it go the way it's supposed to, you really can, you just end up articulating exactly what needs to be said. You're feeling that crowd and you're responding to them.
Yeah,
You know, it's like
absolutely.
the Rolling Stones, but they don't play Painted Black every night.
Yeah.
That's my favorite Rolling Stones song, but if I'm not there, they might not play
Just for you.
it just
Yeah,
for
no,
me.
it's true. Like I think, when you and you tend to think of the topic a little differently when you don't have notes, right? Like
Hmm.
in your head, you know what you're going to say, but I find new things come to me as I'm speaking. And if I was just reading off paper, it wouldn't happen that way, or I wouldn't be
Yeah,
willing to stray from my script. So I think you
that's
end up
right.
by getting your learning and getting new insights as you go along, right? Which is so important when we're passionate about something.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I thank you for teaching me a new acronym today
Which one?
in IRL.
IRL. That's what the kids all say. I'm
Oh,
like,
I feel
what's
so cool
IRL?
now.
Why are you IRLing me? What is LOL? You know how I feel about LOL,
I
right?
know.
Okay, I
I
got
have to.
hate that.
Did I LOL you today? Probably.
Not today. I feel like you're learning. And my other pet peeve is chillax.
Oh, I can't stand that. No.
Yeah, and cool beans. That's the other one.
Cool
Like,
beans. So
yeah.
did I ever tell you my story with LOL?
No.
Okay, so when LOL first started, and I had a BlackBerry phone,
Yeah.
and I was on Black BBM, right? BlackBerry
Yeah.
Messenger. And so a lot of my good friends from high school are guy friends who I connect, not a lot. I mean, there's maybe three guy friends that I still keep in touch with, my beer buddies, right?
Yeah.
And they were LOLing me all the time. And I'm like, these guys are all in love with me. What's with the lots of love? I'm like,
Oh
why
my
every
God.
time? And I'm like, oh my God, Wayne can't see my phone. Like, but why are all three of them doing it? And I think it was like a week later, I finally figured out it meant laugh out loud.
I had a buddy, Jamie, who started at a new company and he was on the company email and he said, Jack, I think this guy at my office might like me. I'm like, that's good. He's like, no, I mean like me. And I'm like, okay, what? He's like, because he keeps sending lots of love in an email. I'm like, why? Why is he doing that? And he's like, I don't know. He just keeps putting LOL. I'm like, dude, that is not what that means. So anyway, yeah, I think we all learned the hard way about LOL. Sorry, my
That's
husband.
so
My
funny.
husband can only see me talking to my phone with headphones on. He's probably like, I haven't
He's like, who are
interrupted
you
you.
giving lots of love to?
It's like I haven't interrupted you in a good while. I should come out and interrupt you. I don't know. I just need to know, is anybody else going through this at home where, we're all working, we're all trying to make this work, we're all in the same space, yet it's always the chick who gets interrupted. Like, I can't tell you how many times I pick up my laptop and my files and my phone and move workspaces because Maddie wants to play Minecraft. My husband wants to work out. This is happening. This is happening. I'm like, what the hell? Like, okay, like this is
So,
why they say after COVID we're gonna have a she session. Have you heard of that?
no.
So this is like something worth looking up. A she
Okay.
session is basically, um, I don't mean this to sound like hardcore, but women are carrying the bulk of the load during COVID. So we've got the mental load we always have. Some of us run businesses. Some of us are heads of companies. It doesn't matter. Women are the ones putting their careers second in order to keep the homestead going during COVID, whether that means kids or not. We are the ones
Mhm.
running the show, and we are the ones sacrificing, and it's taking a toll on women. And they're saying, what are we going to do in the fall? Like, say school doesn't go back, and say we're under um, lockdown again. Like, are women going to
Mhm.
have to give up their companies, their businesses, their spot at the table? Like, are we going to have to, like, especially women who have kids, are we going to have to choose between our kids and our companies? So they're calling it a she session. Like,
Wow.
we are literally the ones bearing the brunt of COVID. And
Hmm.
I can say this because my husband has just finished his interruption break for the fifth time today. It is definitely working out that way in my house. Like, I did
Yeah.
the homeschooling. I'm the one who goes to the grocery store. I'm the one who plans things. Thank you. Social distance play dates, family gatherings, social distancing, doctor's appointments. Like, food, meal planning, like, it all falls on me.
Yeah.
And because I run my own business, my salary is unpredictable. So he has he is our breadwinner right now. He's our steady income, and we do rely on that during COVID.
Yeah.
So he works all day, and all, like, all the breakdowns, all the screaming and the fighting about brushing our hair and doing our schoolwork and doing this, it all falls on me. And I'm
Yeah.
bad guy, I'm bad cop, I'm bad mom, I'm bad teacher, I'm all the bad things. And then at 6 o'clock, I pour a glass of wine and scream at everyone. He's like, have you noticed that you're really bitchy around 6 o'clock? I'm like, yeah, let me think about why that might be. Have you noticed you've been AWOL till 6 o'clock? Like, give me a break. Anyway,
Oh
it's
my
just,
God. Well, I'll give him a call and give him some ideas. You know what he
oh
needs
yeah,
to do? Did you ever watch the show King of Queens? Do you remember that
yes,
show?
yep.
And Carrie would come home in a bad mood. So Douglas and the father, Arthur, God rest his soul, I love that man.
I loved him.
Oh, he's my favorite. They would meet her with a cart of drinks and like calypso music and pour her whatever cocktail she wanted. And then she
I
caught
love
on to what they were doing, and that was not good. But anyway,
I would be fine
yeah,
catching on to that. I would be totally fine catching on to that. Like,
yeah,
feel free to give me a calypso drink cart, and then
yeah. And a
I'll be
pool boy. Be served by
sure.
a hot
No,
pool boy.
you know what? I honestly, I have no sex drive right now, so Brad Pitt could land in my soup, and I'd be like, unless you want to tickle my arm, buddy, get out of here.
Oh my God.
Like,
Okay, I'll
yeah,
send you a picture of Jason Momoa. Maybe that'll help you get it going
maybe
again.
we can
Yeah,
try. You can try,
yeah, we
yeah.
can try.
Yeah.
Oh, Jacqueline. So what have you got planned for the rest of the day?
I have
Are
two
you?
more Zoom calls, and I'm doing a little phys ed. Packages keep arriving on my porch from Amazon. Thank you. And this is the funny thing with COVID, because we can't go
Yeah,
shopping. I feel left out, and I like to have. I would order toothpicks from Amazon just to have something delivered to me so I could open it. Like, we laugh at our kids for watching YouTube
oh,
videos with this opening thing that they do, this unpackaging, the unwrapping
yeah,
phenomena,
yeah,
like LOL dolls.
yes.
We all thought it was stupid till COVID hit. And now I'm like, I just want something to arrive for me today. I just, like, I don't care if it's a hairbrush. I just want to, I won't even order it from Shoppers. I will order it from Amazon. So some guy delivers it to my porch and I can get all excited.
Oh, that's so good to know. And you know what? Speaking of that, I have to say to you, so I have this really great community of people who I email and send things out to, and I've been sort of procrastinating on a revamp of my site. But now it's so great. Like I have customers, are you going to update soon? Do you have any new pieces? What's going on? Are you doing some more
Yeah.
kits for kids? Like what's happening? And I'm like, this is great. Like people want to order online and I'm excited to, just that's my next thing I want to sit with is what I want that to look like and coming up with like an easier way
I
for
think that's such a great idea. Like, there are two things that saved me during COVID, I have to be
Mhm.
honest. One is you sent Maddie that
Mm,
awesome necklace building kit that
yeah,
and separately packaged for, for COVID reasons that she could then send to a friend. We've given it to a friend, but the friend has been away and hasn't had access, but she's so excited to get online and do the craft together, which is great
oh,
for me because kids get really glued to screens right now and they're becoming addicted.
yeah,
And then the other thing I thought that was important was like I got back into a little workout routine. Susie put me on her 20 fat on a mat routine. So it's brutally
right.
hard. It's like 20 to 25 minutes. I can barely move when it's done. My head is clear when it's over. I feel good. I feel motivated. I feel creative. And I just feel like these are the things we have to start doing during COVID and maybe forever is you
Hmm.
have to like come up with new ways to reach people and be relevant to them and important to them. And I think you're doing that with your community work and with your kits for kids. Like you're really thinking about what people need and how they need to receive it. I think that's so smart. Like I
Oh,
loved getting that in the mail. Maddie was so excited about that. Can't thank you enough.
oh, good. And you know what? I wanted to tell people too because so with these little Instagram lives, I also upload these to YouTube. So if you're watching on YouTube, you won't see Fat Chicks who's on watching right now. But
Oh, she
Susie,
is.
she is. And so Susie spells her business. If you guys want to find her on Instagram, it's Phat Chicks. So fat
Yeah.
Phat. Yeah, yeah. And she's
Yeah. She'll
amazing.
get you
We love her.
moving
Susie.
at home and the space of a yoga mat with no equipment. And it's frigging amazing because I can't give myself an excuse not to do it. She's made it impossible. And then she guilts me out with text messages. So
Oh,
it's
you get
great.
guilt text mess. I need to get on that program.
You
I
do.
give me
But
guilt, I move.
she also understands the how your body needs to move after 40 and 50, which is critical, like we said to us. But we just need
Yeah.
stuff like meditation apps and stuff right now. We just have to do
Hmm.
what we can to self-care because I don't think as women we don't look after ourselves. We look after
No,
everybody else. We look after the village.
right. And we need to indulge in the things that make us happy. Did I tell you about the course I'm taking?
No, of course you're taking.
I'm putting my glasses on because I want to see your face.
Oh
Okay.
no.
I am taking an online roller skating course.
Shut up. Oh my god,
Yeah.
Maddie has roller skates.
Oh my God. Well,
You
I'm going to teach you some
you are
moves.
you are so Xanadu. It's crazy. This is your Xanadu
I'm,
fetish. Do you have a white dress too?
it's going to be my mom made me the costume. My mom made me the
That's right.
costume when I was 10, and then I went again as Kira from Xanadu at 40, and my mom made me the costume again. So, of
Oh
course, I got my
my
leg warmers on
god.
back there.
Okay,
Yeah.
can I hear a hell yeah for anybody who loved Xanadu? Because I think I need to go inside, shut the curtains, turn on the AC, and watch.
Yeah. Yes. So I have here at the studio, I have a new project I'm working on, which I'm so excited about, but I'm just trying to get the inspiration. So right now, my studio in the back, you know what I love about it? It's like so dark back there, and I have a disco light, so it makes you feel like, when
Yeah.
you went roller skating and it was beautiful and sunny out, but you're like in the thing. Yeah, Val, hell
Roller
yeah. Val
gardens.
is a huge
Yeah.
Xanadu fan. She actually just posted a beautiful picture of Olivia recently. So
Oh.
anyway, I go back there, honest to God, Jack, and I practice my skating. And
Skating.
okay, and by the way, Val, your brother said, "What if you saw me up on the cardboard boxes going, 'Hey, man, I can't see you.'" Anyway, her brother Steve is also a huge fan. So, oh, I like your little Xanadu thing you just put on your face.
Me?
Yeah,
No.
you have an app on you must have
Oh,
pressed the thing. You got
okay.
hearts coming out.
I pressed
Now
hearts.
I
They're
want
coming
that
out of my
too.
head. Just press that little smiley face beside the paper airplane.
Yeah,
And
I
then a
want that.
bunch of things happen in the bottom. My
I got
daughter taught, my
sparkles.
8-year-old taught me that. Oh, you have sparkles. Okay,
Yeah, I'm doing sparkles.
I don't know what's happening.
This is so cool.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Oh,
Oh, I'm gonna be a red panda. Um, oh, I like your sparkles. I'm gonna be very Canadian.
isn't this fun? So, Jack, I have in my back room right now, I've got Xanadu and it's up and it's ready to be played while I design this new thing I'm working on.
Oh,
But I
okay.
always get caught up in other stuff and but I need to shut her down for 2 hours and just work with Xanadu, shut the phone off.
Okay, will
Yeah.
you do me a favor? Will you do an Instagram video when you start your roller skating in your costume?
In my costume? Okay.
Yeah, you have to wear your Xanadu outfit.
Okay.
And I think if you have a wipeout in your costume, it would also be epic.
Then
Maybe you could boomerang it.
I'll be an Olivia like no one's ever seen before. You'll see an Olivia Newton-John with a helmet on.
You could call it bloopers. No one ever saw. I wonder how many times she wiped out during that.
Oh
Like
my
the
God,
backward
I know.
skate for ladies only.
Yeah, no kidding. And do you remember the guy, Sonny, and he was kind of like off balance?
Yep.
It made me laugh. And then you had Gene Kelly, who was like a roller
Oh,
skating
yeah.
god.
Yep.
He
Yep.
was, remember the intro to the movie, and he's just chugging it, and he's got all the people behind it. Oh, I love it. So you know what, Jack, whenever I do, are you there? Whenever I do a
Yeah.
public speaking thing now, whenever I do public
Yeah.
speaking now, I always end with, do this one favor for yourself. Listen to the words of the song Magic.
Magic. That is
That's
my
all
favorite
we
song.
need.
I think it's like my anthem for my daughter. Even though
Yeah.
she hates the song, I'm like, you will learn to love this. Once I play it 367 times, you're going to love it. And you probably won't even hear the words anymore because you'll be so mad at me. But I listen to
Yeah.
that song and I'm like, what a great song. What great lyrics, very
Yeah.
motivating and inspiring. All little girls should listen to that song.
They totally should. I think this is the perfect place to end our beautiful after party.
I think so
Yeah.
too. This has been a really fun after party, and I've learned to do all these fun things on my face. So,
yeah. See, there's always there's always a learning. Oh, I love you so much, Jack.
I love you too, and thank you for having me learn how to get this off. Thank you for having me on. You have such a great community, and it's so nice to be part of it. And I'll be thinking about you and looking forward to seeing you IRL.
IRL, sister.
Yes, LOL.
LOL. Bye.
Okay, I'll see you later.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.